Hey everyone, I wanted to do a video that's a little bit different than what I normally do. So this is the typical kind of lower middle class neighborhood. This is similar to the kind of house I live in. This isn't my neighborhood, but this is similar to it. So I'm a little familiar with the pricing. Like here's a house for sale right now. So these houses were built about 25 years ago, right around 1998, 2000, around that time period. And these houses, brand new, were about around $99,000, $100,000, maybe a little less, 95 to let's say 95,000 to 110, and now they're going for close to 300,000. So in 25 years, that's a 3x, a 300% increase. And if you think about it, people could afford, to work one job and afford mortgage and afford to have fun. And the people that bought their houses 25 years ago may have already paid them off, and they may have sold it and took a little profit. But to the people that's buying houses now, that is hard, because now you have to make 3 or 4x just to have the same kind of lifestyle. So if they were making, say, 30,000 a year in then 2000, say year 2000, they would have to make about 100,000 now. So this is a silver channel. So what does this have to do with silver? Well, you can see that housing is pretty much the top asset. You can see all the rich billionaires are real estate agents. They own real estate. They rent it, they sell it, they buy it. Kind of same way we do silver. So you see, this neighborhood is not really uppity. This is really a rural area. This is where I live. Now I'm going to take you just 5 minutes away from that area. And this area just recently built a new school within the last few years, 5 to 10 years. It just built this new, this is a middle school, and they also built a elementary school. And the homes in this area are about double. And these are all newer homes. So these are homes that were built in the last 5 years. So as soon as this school was kind of proposed, the land here that used to be farms, just farmland, grazing land, wheat fields, is now homes. So you can see some of the older homes over here. Those are probably 400,000 now, due to the school. Those are probably $150,000 homes just 10 years ago. But this neighborhood I'm going to take you down, all of these houses are new, and the price from these houses go from $650,000 to $850,000. And the point I'm getting to is that, you see, land is the kind of common denominator. You see that there's farms, there's fields, there are homes, there are schools, and once this land has been passed to other hands, they develop it, and the property tax becomes much higher. It grows tremendously. So the point of me driving you around and showing you this is that all this used to be farmland, and this farmland was either passed down from generations and eventually sold when the right price kind of hit the market, and they were able to take profit. But to the people that bought this land or acquired this land, even 150 years ago, maybe. This is Georgia, so there's been people here since the late 1700s, probably even before that, that owned this land, but eventually passed down to their family. But to the people that's buying these new homes, you can see that the price of this land, just by putting a school in the area and building houses, has gone from something that could have been easily kept in the family for hundreds of years, and now is houses that cost $3,000, $4,000 a month. And if you can see that kind of change, and just the price of land, the price of property houses, the price of land, the price of property, the price of homes, and you can see like the development of schools and other things being built around it, you can kind of predict what's going to happen. And if the price of land and the property tax goes up that high in that short period of time, do you think the dollar is going to go up that high? The dollar is going to do the opposite. The dollar is going to decline to go down. So how is it that this land that was maybe free except for property tax, cheap property tax, became land that is so expensive that pretty much no one but the upper middle class can afford it? And what happens when the dollar continues to collapse? And here's one more neighborhood I'll show you real quick. If you see what's on that flag, D.R. Horton, you'll know that they are infamous for making expensive houses that are a piece of junk. But these, let me pull out, I'm near the office right now, parked. I'm going to pull around to the front and show you the price. And then I'm going to take you down a back road that I've enjoyed driving down and just enjoying a little peace and quiet down an old dirt road for a few years. So you can see right there that sign, new homes. And these homes are going for the 300,000s, high 300,000s. So let's just say 400,000. And they are nothing much more than just apartment complexes to me. That's what they look like. They look like townhomes and apartment complexes, but they're called homes. Those are not the kind of homes that the American dream talked about. And here's some more homes down here, 400,000. Now this road was just recently paved, so I haven't been down this road in probably a few months because it's been blocked off and detoured, but it just recently opened. But this was all fields, and you can see what's happening. You can see homes. Once I get over this bush, there's a fence here with ivy growing over it. So, but you can see homes, and those are 300,000 to 400,000. And you know the dollar is just going to keep declining, and that's what's bringing up the house prices. See, now it's back to old dirt roads, and this is what I enjoy driving down. You know, it's nice to get off the paved road sometimes, but now you can see that this is probably more obtainable for most people. This kind of, old dirt road, these homes, and these homes are probably starting to rise in value. Now you see these fields. There used to be cows here, and you might see. No, look, you can see in the distance. They're building more houses. So this land that, for as long as I can remember, just has been grazing land. There's going to be houses here now. And what do you think is going to happen to those houses that were on the side of me? Their property tax is going to go up, and they're probably going to get priced out of the market, and they're probably going to have to sell their house, and they're not going to be able to afford it. And what's going to happen is they'll probably sell. Well, if you've heard of the World Economic Forum, if you've heard of Agenda 30, then what's happening now is kind of making sense. If you price the people out of the cheap land, they will have to sell or lose their property and become renters or buy another house that is priced out of their budget. And it's sad what's happening. You know, there's a lot of people that thought they would be able to create a little nest egg and retire safely and have a little bit of retirement and something they can pass down to their family. But every time you turn around, all of this farmland is turning into houses. And each new house they build, the prices are just getting more and more expensive. And the dollar is collapsing. And, you know, if there's a couple things you could do to save yourself and to kind of protect yourself. If you can afford to buy a couple extra houses and rent them out and become what the World Economic Forum and other rich millionaires and billionaires are becoming, do it. I would say go up and buy all the houses you can right now, but most people can't afford to buy even one house, let alone a few extra houses to help them. Other things you could do is find other ways to make money. And making money is actually pretty hard. But saving money is easy if you can invest your money into the right markets or the right fields, however you want to say, the right assets. And that's where I like silver. So I like silver, I like gold. And the reason is imagine if you could buy the land back there for the price it was 10 years ago and sell it just how the landowners sold that property to those home builders. So let's say that they owned the land, they were in it. We're just going to spit out some numbers. Let's say that they owned it for $10,000 and they said, hey, I'll give you $100,000 for it. They probably won't want to sell it because it's been in their family a while, but they need that money. So that selling that land was sad, but it saved them. So now they can at least live happy. Now it's going to be corporations that own that, and probably won't be any more single-family owners. Those single-family owners, that's becoming something of the past. Like Generation Z and Generation Alpha are probably going to be all renters. So I would say to the Gen Zers, like my children, and the Gen Alpha, start buying up assets right now. Use all your excess money that you can. Just don't put yourself in debt. Buy up all the assets you can. All the assets you can afford. Gold, silver, anything that's going to appreciate, because the dollar is just going to keep going down. And these homes were just recently built 5 years ago, and they're in the 400,000s. And look how small they are. I remember in 2020 during COVID, these houses were still being built, and then by 2021, 2022, when the houses were finished, these are maybe 4-year-old houses, these homes, they weren't moving. And they weren't moving because the interest rate went up. In 2020, the interest rate was, you can get a house on 3% easy. Now, in 2021, 2022, the interest rate was more like 7 or 8%. And these houses, they were throwing a promo where you could lock in at 5%. That's still insane. Even at, the price is then $250,000, now they're $400,000. My first house I bought 2 houses, I lived in both. So, one I just sold to put a down payment on a larger house because my children were growing up. So my first house I bought in 2016 for $99,000, and I sold it for $150,000 4 years later. And then the house I'm in now, I bought for $210,000, and now it's worth $360,000. Now, I'm not selling my house. If I did, I would buy something smaller, and I would pay off my entire house, pay it off completely. That's my goal. And you'll still have to worry about property tax, and you'll still know that the government is going to come after you in taxes and other stuff to kind of get you out of that house. They don't want you to own property. They don't want individuals who are independent, who are self-reliant. They don't want that. They want people they can enslave. And that's why I love silver, and that's why I would tell everybody to buy gold and silver and other assets, because if you own the assets and you own hard physical assets, that's a protection against yourself, where you can save yourself. You can have private trades, because like the new digital currency, like the stable coins and other stuff that's coming out, I would not trust those. I wouldn't. I like to have cash, and I like to have gold and silver. And that's the whole point of this video, is if you can tell that something is about to happen like that, if you can see that the price of houses have tripled in 10, 15 years, the prices of meat. I remember when chicken breast was $1.89 a pound, and that was just like 3 years ago. Now it's close to $3 a pound if you're lucky. So you can see that happening. Well, just go ahead and start buying gold and silver now, just as long as you do it for a good price. Because if you know that it's going to triple in 10 years, you have that money that you were able to set aside and triple in 10 years. And that's going to be your nest egg. And also, if you get into hard times, you need money, you don't have to go into like a loan shark or pawn shop or get into debt. You can sell your gold and silver. So I hope you like this video. I need to go to my shop. So thanks for riding with me in this video, and I hope that I explained a lot and why gold and silver is a great investment. Thank you guys. Bye. And before I end this video, yes, I bought silver today. So I bought a 1899 O Morgan for $36, and I bought these 3 Silver Eagles. These are all vintage. This one is a 1990, and this one is a 1994. And they're all in really nice uncirculated, which they should be. Your silver eagle should not be circulated. 94 and 92. All of these are low mints. Most of them are like 5 mil. I think the 90, I think the 90 is 5.4. The 92 is 5.2. And I think this one is like 4.7 or so. I'll put them on the screen. But I got all these for $38 each. And melt is actually like 39 right now. So I got a pretty good deal on these. But I hope this video explained why it's a good idea to still buy silver at this price. It could drop, but it is a safeguard for your future. You know, you can save it, you can trade it, you can sell it whenever you might need the money, or just keep it, because I think silver price is going to continue to go up. Because compared to the dollar going down, you're always going to get more dollars for whatever the silver price is, even if there's a drop. So thanks. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.